Thank you for tuning in to Channel 7 News, where our reporters have been working around the clock to recycle yesterday's COVID-19 report and make it seem different today. We know that during these uncertain times, people may be feeling scared and hopeless, and they're looking for a reliable source of news that they can turn to for hope. We also know that fear is what pays our bills, and thanks to this quarantine, our ratings have never been better. So for today's top story, we've decided to interview a local therapist who will explain to us why we'll all have post-traumatic stress disorder when this pandemic is over. We'll be interviewing her through video because she is surely bunkered down and terrified in her home. Our therapist's name is Ledin. Megan, are you there? Can you hear us?
Oh, are you ready?
Okay, sorry. We'll start. Go on, sweetie. Megan, wouldn't you agree that we are all being traumatized by the havoc COVID-19 is inflicting on our lives? Well, I wouldn't really agree that we're all being traumatized because the definition of a traumatic event is a distressing event that causes a negative psychological response. So actually the events are quite subjective, meaning something that's viewed as very traumatic to you might not be seen as traumatic to me. So you might be thinking, like, are we all going to get PTSD after this? And the answer is absolutely not. Some people will, especially if you are close to somebody who's, been diagnosed with COVID or has even passed away or become really sick, or you're exposed to many people in your lives who have had it. But even people who maybe never even meet one person with it is going to come out with some kind of trauma or even PTSD from this because they may be watching it on TV. They may be living in deep fear. Again, it's subjective to that person on is this a terrorizing, scary event to them. Well, if someone is experiencing this as trauma, what should they do? Well, first of all, it's important that you know it's okay to feel and take some time. I hope that you're also taking care of your basic needs, using some positive coping skills, giving yourself permission to maybe let some of your responsibilities go, limit exposure to things that trigger thoughts about the traumatic events going around, which again may mean limiting social media and news exposure. And of course, therapy. Therapy can help for many different reasons. First of all, it's good for people to know that however they're feeling, it's okay. And people need to tell their stories and feel validated. And then, there's definitely truth to the saying of nipping it in the bud. I can say that people who come into my office who've experienced trauma years and years ago and are just now trying to heal from it, they've been suffering for a long time. But if they come in right after the trauma has happened, we can try to make sense of their story and they can heal faster from their trauma. Weekly therapy can also serve as kind of a check-in with you so you can see how you're doing. So your therapist can ask you basic questions like, how's your sleep this week? How's your eating? So they can kind of see what your progress is. And for those who are in denial, thinking that they're fine, what trauma symptoms should their family be looking out for? Sure, so some trauma symptoms. Well, at first, we often go through shock. There could be some denial, and then some longer symptoms might be prolonged sadness, depression, anger, mood swings. We could have flashbacks. Maybe we hear a song and we're triggered. We can go right back to, seeing somebody is sick or hurt. We could be having bad dreams. There's different ways that flashbacks kind of come to us. We might have guilt. We might blame ourselves for not doing more or what we should have. We can have physical symptoms like headache or nausea. And lastly, is there anything at all that we can do for our mental health, or are we all just doomed? No way do I think that we're all doomed. I hope no one gets that message from this interview today. 2 words that I hope people do take away are cope and adapt. We do need to adapt. Maybe our schedules are different, so we have to adapt those, but what things can we keep the same? Can we try to go to bed and get up the same time? Still keeping up with shaving, putting on makeup, doing the basic things every day. Go outside, get some exercise as much as possible. Find projects to do to keep you busy. Limit your media attention. I know I keep saying that, but it's so important for your mental health. Practice gratitude. Find things that you're thankful for. And of course, practice positive coping skills. Coping skills are things that you do that keep your mind and body busy. Well, she's obviously infected and delusional, but please stay tuned. We have some breaking news. Scientists may have just discovered a popular cereal may be causing COVID-19. We'll let you know after the weather and traffic report.